a second, is the dura mater. So obviously a bit of artifactual separation. And then we've got the white matter here, and then the grey matter. And the grey matter is this very characteristic butterfly sort of shape. And then we've got, this is artifactual here, so that big hole there is an artifact. It's not there normally. But we've got the ventral median sulcus, sorry, the ventral median fissure and the dorsal median sulcus, which we'll look at in a second, are part of the normal architecture. We'll need to see them higher apart. And right in the middle here we'll have a central canal. So we're just going to look at the top here a bit and look in a bit of higher power. What you're seeing here, as we're looking at this slide, is that it looks like almost like a mesh type of arrangement. And that's because all the myelin around each nerve fibre has been lost with preparation. So we can see if we really got close, you can see the processes, the axons, and then lots of spaces where the myelin has gone away. That's why it looks very wispy. And if you sort of follow up from here, from the middle part of the wings base of this butterfly, up to here, oops, sorry, wrong way. So this is the point I am now. That's the dorsal median sulcus, this area here. It's not very distinct, but it's right up between there. You can just sort of see, if you remember that the neuropore forms by folding over, so where it joins, you've got a dorsal joint, which is the sulcus. And then what we'd also have, if we go down to the bottom here, a bit more prominent, is this ventral median fissure. That's all to do with the folding. So you can see that there, and it's a bit more prominent. And again, we've got this wispiness around here. So I'm whizzing in and out of magnification, so let me know if you get lost. So going back to the top here now, what I can see is obviously quite a thick membrane just here. That's the pachyderm type membrane, so the dura mater. There's some artifactual separation. And then around the spinal cord itself, it's quite wispy. This layer here is part of the pia mater. We can't really see any arachnoid mater left. There might be wisps and strips of it here, but there really isn't much, so don't really look for the arachnoid mater. So if you're doing an injection to this space up here, that's epidural. And then it's into this space here, which can be probably slightly bigger in the spinal cord itself. You're looking at a spinal injection or a subarachnoid injection, same thing. Then, we'll just look a bit closer at the grey matter. I'll just come out a bit. So you can see that butterfly shape. Now I'll look at one horn here, dorsal horn. Remember the sensory nerves go into the dorsal horn. So this is the dorsal horn. It's grey matter as opposed to white matter. Remember that there are some cell bodies obviously in the white matter, and there are some processes in the grey matter, but it's the preponderance makes its colour. Now if you look at this area here, remember that for a second, and we're going to go down to the ventral horn. There's the ventral horn. It's very characteristically different because it's got these big pyramidal cells. And they're the motor cell bodies, or the motor neurons. So you can, by looking at it, you can see it looks very different because you've got these motor cell bodies. That's very characteristic of the ventral horn. Remember that sensory comes into the dorsal horn, motor leaves by the ventral horn. And these cell bodies, the motor nuclei, are here. You can look at them in higher power if you wish. You've got processes coming off, which is the motor neurons. The only other thing to really look at when we're in this area then is here, and again it's leaned on its side a bit, so allow for that. But we've got this central canal. And the central canal is a fluid-filled space lined by ependymal cells. You've only got to be able to go so far, but you've got this cilia here. You just see, if you look at the magnifying glass down the bottom right-hand corner, it's ciliated, and that's what enables the flow of fluid. And then the columnar ependymal cells that line all fluid-filled spaces in the brain. Okay, so we'll leave that for a few minutes. I'll give you about 5 to 10 minutes to have a look through that, and we'll go to the next slide.